The lack of affordable housing is a crisis across Texas, yet we see only a few proposals that are weak and insufficient to address it. What is one proposal that you have to address this crisis?
I would say first and foremost, I've lived on both sides of it, right? So I'm originally from the hood. I know what it's like to be on, food stamps or need a little bit of additional assistance. There's almost 6% of the community in Wylie who are living in poverty. And so one of the main things that I think about is really the city employees, and I'm always thinking about that guy in public works because I work in the public sector. And a lot of times people working in public works don't make $10 an hour. And so one of the things that the questions that comes up is, can the employees actually afford to live in the city? And because we know a lot of the employees are not paid as much. And so I think that's one way to really pull at the heartstrings of the more conservative people on council, because everybody wants to take care of the employees at the city. And so I think if we start to look at that, then we start to ensure that we have housing for everyone. One of the questions that came up for me is like, do you support housing over $500,000? Like, well, I support housing for everybody. I mean, if there is a need for someone to have a $500,000 house in Wylie or $1 million house in Wylie, but so be it. Hey, is there a developer who wants to build it? Help us out with our taxes. But we also have to ensure that there is housing for people who live in the city, who work in the city. We have a new college. And so can people actually afford, can those students afford to live in a city who go to that school? And if the answer is no, then we need to come up with something that's going to help those people.
All right, and then the second question, in light of the recent winter storm, how do you think municipal policy can be used to prevent climate change and mitigate against its effects?
Well, I think I have to go back to you have to win small so you can win big. We all know what the problem is.